Hello and welcome to McBride's Bricks. Ben here today, and today we're going to be building the Scooby-Doo Mystery Mansion. This is a really cool set of a whole bunch of really good minifigures. The set looks really good. There's a whole bunch of really nice builds in there. And there's a whole bunch of traps as well. We've already unboxed the mystery machine. With that, we got the tree, the zombie, and we have the mummy from a different set. I don't think it's mystery incorporated, but it'll do. Anyways, now you can get this unboxed and ready to open. And now, let's begin. Now Fred has given us the instructions and the first bag, which includes everyone's favorite food level, Shaggy. He has a great face print, has a fantastic torso, and his iconic headpiece, and he comes with a hot dog as well. Now, let's get on to Scooby-Doo, who is a fantastic mold. Now, it's time to build one of my favorite monsters in this set, the Black Knight. He's one of the most iconic Scooby-Doo villains and looks really nice with his knight armor and red feather on his head. He looks really good, but we can even make it better with weapons. I haven't watched the original Scooby-Doo series, but I have watched the newer ones. But now the Black Knight is going to chase after the two while they break the laws of physics. So he's going to need the help of the piranha plant, which we are now currently building. With these knot pieces, we will use these later. Then we use these slow pieces to cover up the ball joint. And then we get this ball and socket piece. Now we are going to get started on what will be the face of our piranha plant. It's a really good build so far. It's very simple, and then you just add it to the body and that's it done. Now to make the teeth, you're going to need these pieces, and then you're going to add these cool yellow tooth piece. Now you got a really good piranha plant. Now we're going to use those snot pieces from earlier to add on these vine-like arms. And now he can chase Scooby Gang, still defying the laws of physics. So we're going to give them a better way to travel. The Scooby-Doo gang in Lego has a lot of different machines based off the mystery machine. I don't know if it's a mystery machine transformed or anything, but it just completely confuses me. Well, now we got the little side car finished, and we can get onto the bike, which looks very nice. Sorry. Then you add on the light and it's finished. Now we can add it together and we add Shaggy and Scooby, who for some reason they doesn't fit. Why did Lego design a car to not fit Scooby-Doo? It makes no sense. Anyway, now we got Daphne, and then with our camera, so you can snap pictures of all the clues she needs. And now she's going to hop on the sidecar with Shaggy because Scooby-Doo can't fit. Now we are starting the base of the greenhouse, which is going to be the build the piranha plant lives in. As we build a floor here, I just want to say, I love this set. It was a great idea making this a theme, but it's really mad that it won't return. However, it might not return soon because of a particular show, which we will talk about later. I am glad I did not watch it. There was a lot of real things to Scooby-Doo, characters who have the most advanced tech, yet don't use that tech to make money, instead use that tech to steal money. Some of the villains in Scooby-Doo are just so stupid for literally no reason. Hey, it's what makes the franchise fun. Well, now we've finished the bottom of the structure of the wall, and we've built a little bit of the outside And we're adding Technic pins, which we will add to the rest of the build later. Now we're going to get these fantastic pumpkin pieces, which I absolutely love. And then we're going to put this on the other side here. Then we got this cool little bow now, probably one of the piranha's victims, down this tree on the back. It looks really nice so far. Then we got this cool purple door with a brown knob and this glass piece. Then we got these like glass panels, and I'm getting PTSD from the Avengers Tower when I built it. It was so annoying, all those little like glass pieces you had to put in. That was like I don't even know, but it was like something like 100 or like 50 maybe. I don't remember. At least I didn't have to put stickers in every single one. That would have been actually like a nightmare. Which is perfectly in time with Halloween, especially the fact that it was totally not recorded last year and then meant to be released for Halloween, and then we completely forgot and then meant to make it for Christmas and made a voiceover for Christmas, but then recently deleted it and decided to make it for Halloween, even though Halloween is like a few days ago. We really gotta get a better schedule. Well, now we're just getting started on the roof here. I'm going to use these slope pieces to make a nice slope up to the very tippy top. The set looks very good so far, and I can't wait to see what else is in the build. And then now we got all the Technic axles on, we can make this little light and add it right above the door. And now we just need to finish the very top, and we are going to be able to start building the roof. It's a very simple roof. It's just, you just kind of do the same thing over and over again. However, there is a bit of broken glass in it, so it's fine. They got a whole bunch of these yucky bugs on. Now, we are going to be doing the same thing again, using the same pieces, but kind of off-center to make it look just better. And guess what? More broken glass. Now, we got all that in. We can put on the top, then add these cool lattice pieces, and add Technic pins so we can add it to our build. It's so satisfying to do. Anyway, now we can just add these little jumper studs and cheese wedge pieces along with these nice little spikes. And I'm going to have to record the rest of the video on a higher angle because this is getting a bit too tall. Anyway, now the piranha has a home. And now, the next minifigure is Velma Dinkley. She's the only one who Sonia might actually know other than Fred Jones. And now, I wonder why this will be useful. Now, let's talk about the reason why they might not make any more Scooby-Doo sets. The Velma show. What were they thinking? I've never watched it, but I've heard a lot about it online. And, look, it's a Scooby-Doo show without Scooby-Doo in it. Need I say more? And the best part about it was, out of all the characters they chose to make a show on, they didn't choose Fred, they didn't choose Daphne. No, they chose Velma. I understand, and don't hate me for this, but in my opinion, Velma's is like probably like my least favorite Scooby-Doo member. Like, she's good and all, she's really funny, but for a main character of a TV show, it's just, why? Why? The only good thing they actually did was bring in Scrappy-Doo. I only saw one clip of it, and I don't even care for it. The only good thing about it was Scrappy-Doo. And the funny thing is, and I would say spoiler alert, but it's no point spoiling it, you're not going to watch it anyway. The best rated episode in TV series was the last one, which, from what I've held, is the one where Velma died. Yeah, I don't need to say anymore. But now we've done the entire base, and the floor is tiled. Now we have these cool pillow pieces with these bricks. Now, let's see what we have to do next. Looks very good so far. We're going to add another purple door and plop that on the build. Looks very good so far, and now we're just going to need to secure that in. Now we're going to build two nice little pillars to go inside the buildings. And then this one has a little thing for some reason. Some other one has Scythian thing. Anyway, now we can add these wall pieces on, which looks very nice. Now we're going to add more of these A pieces and finish tiling off the top of the building. Then we're going to add a few more bricks to lay it out the rest and add even more A pieces because this set really loves its A pieces. Now we're just going to finish making everything in the same level with each other. We're just going to finish doing that. Now we got these planks on the top, making it more secure. I'm going to add these little spike things. It looks very nice. And now, with Velma, we've got the entire Scooby-Doo line. We got the 3 boys in the Mystery Machine set, but now we got the 2 gals in this set, which is really nice. Now, with Bag 5, we find out the owner of this place, who was a minor called Old Man Gingerbeard, I'm just going to call him. But I'm confused. How does the Black Knight, a vampire, and a ghost involve a old miner? I'm confused because I can see the ghost. I guess I can see the vampire because it might be a vampire castle. But the Black Knight? That just confuses me. I have no idea. Anyways, now we are just continuing to build on from the top, running these 2x2s, and we're going to add on a few of these nice little tiles, add on a few more plates, and then we're just going to finish off adding detail. We're going to add on a little awning over the door. I think that's what you call this. I don't know whether awning's the right word or not. Anyways, we now are going to add on this little light here. And now we've got that done. So we're going to attach that to the door in a wonky angle, obviously. And now we're going to add on the greenhouse to finish the first part of the Haunted Mansion. Now with Bag 6, we got the vampire with this really cool 2-sided cape. A fantastic collar piece. And a really good vampire head. With his slick back, he's ready to try to catch this gang. Now, we're building the next floor of the Haunted Mansion. And then we're going to add on these pillars. And we're going to tile it off, make it a bit more detail with this luxurious red carpet, which I'm pretty sure is going to get covered eventually. Anyway, we're going to add on this little balcony. It looks very nice. And I just got this little detail wrong. Anyways, now we can continue on to the walls. And now we're just finishing off the walls here with nice little medieval windows, kind of. Now we're just tiling it off on the roof. And we're just building the inside now. Because it's going to be a turning wall with a statue and a bat on one side. And then you could be anyone on the other side. Knowing Scooby-Doo, it's probably going to be the vampire, Scooby-Doo. Well, actually, just everyone at this point probably is. Maybe even Old Man Gingerbeard. Anyway, now I got this spinny turning thing. And now we're just building up. And this looks good, really good so far. And now we're adding on this Technic piece. Going to put in an axle. And then we'll just plot that in now. Now we got a turning wall. But now we're going to add on a few Technic pieces which I don't really understand how it works. I just don't know how to make it work. Anyway, now we've got that all finished, and we're going to be adding this little gear onto the front, which lets us turn it without touching the wall. Then we're going to be adding these little pieces, adding an axle bar through it. So now that knob spins both the wall and the other axle. Now we're just going to add a little bit more detail up here before returning to that axle. Looks very good so far. Now we're just going to add in a few more gear pieces. We're going to make a few more arches. Let's add a few cheese wedges to add some more detail in. And then we want this one with a clip on it. And now we have to make the clock. I did this off camera because there goes RPN to do. Anyway, this is the clock, and now we've got that done. We just need to center it. And now it's done. Next up, we need to add on this orange carrot looking piece, which will act as our hand. 1 second. Anyways, and it's gonna not work now. And 1 second, I still need to fix this. Anyway, now it's working. Now it works perfectly, and now we're going to start on the roof of the building. This is the reason why I kind of see why the vampire is here, because we got his coffin, which makes a lot more sense. Anyway, get out. You're not going to be in now currently. We got that in now. Looks really, really nice. And now we're going to add on this cool castle spire-like piece. And now we've got jumper stud, which we will add a spike to soon. But we're just adding on a few more turrets. Looks great so far, and we're just continuing that up. Add a little mini turret. We're going to add more spikes, because every castle needs spikes. Anyway, now that's done, we're going to add that to the top of the tower. And now it's complete. We just need to add on a little bit more detail. And yeah, I think that's us done for the top of the tower. Now I'm going to bring back the rest of the mansion and add on the top of the tower. It looks really good so far. Now, this is definitely my favorite minifigure of the entire set. And this is the Ghost. It's one of the most famous Lego monsters. And it looks really good. One of the best things about it is that it glows in the dark. Just look at that. It looks so good. And anyways, as you can see, it's just one. It's only the ghost cape that is glow in the dark, but it's still really good. Now I have a question. When the Fortnite Mills event happened, did you buy the new Scooby-Doo skins? Let me know in the comments below. I didn't. The skins were really good though, and I had a whole bunch of really good references to characters like the Black Knight. Anyways, now we're getting started on the walls of the kitchen area, or just the living area. Because it's kind of clear that he lived here, because he had a kitchen, but he also booby-trapped it. Also, I am pretty sure we accidentally skipped that. Sorry. Anyways, now we're just adding a nice black line across the wall, where we're going to start adding our kitchen cabinets. We'll add a few more stickers to make one of the other cabinets have a bit of muck on it. Then we got this cool sink. Looks great so far. We're going to add that in, and then we're going to put on this oven. And then we're going to add a few more stickers to make one of the other cabinets have a bit of muck on it. Then we got this cool sink. Looks great so far. We're going to add that in, and then we're going to put on this oven. And then we're going to add that in, and then we're going to put on this oven. And let's see what they're making. Hopefully it's nothing because this kitchen is mildly disgusting, especially with the rat on the floor. But guess what? Scooby and Shaggy decided to make a burger or a sandwich, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's going to be the monsters that's going to be the end of them. It's probably most likely going to be bacteria, maybe. Nah, probably stupid monsters who believe that stealing is more beneficial and would make more money than just like selling their costumes. Well, like the impressive ones, anyways. Now we're adding a whole bunch to the walls, we're adding the windows, and they look really good so far. Then you're adding these snot pieces, and then we add a bit more to the walls to make them height, and then we're gonna make this really cool tree with a whole bunch of these seaweed pieces. I love the use of these seaweed pieces across the set to make it look like vines or like leaves that have like devoured the house. Why am I sounding like an English teacher now? Anyways, now we are just building up here. We have nearly got everything in level, and now all we need to do is just finish these walls. Now we're going to add this really cool arts piece, so we have a nice little view in, and then we're going to continue doing this, and we're going to finish off building up the walls with these bricks. And then we're going to add a 2x4 brick there. And add a 1x4 snot brick so we can add a little awning. And then you're going to add this fence with a few wooden barricades to make so no one gets in. And then you're just add a skull. Yeah, I am really concerned about what happened to this place. Like, how did this happen? I'm just confused. Anyways, now that that's sorted, we can continue finishing off the roof. And now we're nearly finished. And then we could start off the final floor. Anyways, now we got all of that. We are able to finally finish it and make everything in level. Now we can add on these pin pieces so we can connect this to the rest of the house. And then we're just going to finish off layering it up here. I've said it like 5 times now, haven't I? We'll add a few more snot pieces so we can have another awning, which is way too high. I'm guessing this house doesn't believe in consistency like Spider-Punk does. Anyways, we're going to be getting the floor finished now. And now we just going to need to finish the rest of the house, including the interior. We don't got much to do and we're nearly done. Now we're just going to start the first layer, the final floor of the house. And then we're going to add a few of these pin pieces. Add a few slopes. Then we're going to add these 1x3 pieces on both sides. Then we'll use the stickers again. And we're going to get these windows in. And then now we're going to add on these pieces, which look really good. Now that happened, we can continue on with the build. we're just starting the roof now, and looks pretty good so far. The purple roofs and detailing is a very good highlighter. Anyways, we got this gap in the wall so the window can fit in. And then we got a whole bunch of these black tiles to break up the purple. Then we use these pin pieces so we are able to attach it to the build just like what we did with the glass roof for the garden. Now we got that in, it's so satisfying because it fits so snugly. Now we're able to add on these snap pieces and now we're able to finish it off. We just need to finish it on this side, then add a little bit more detailing to lock in the roof. We add a little awning now. Now all we need to do is add a few cheese wedges in to make it nice and neat and tidy. Add on a jumbo plate with spikes, obviously, because everything needs a spike in this set. Then, to finish it off, we're gonna add a few more lattice pieces. We're gonna add a big spike. Yes, I bet you did not think there was gonna be a spike because there are so little spikes in the set. And then we're gonna add 2 small spikes to the other side. Then we're gonna add it on, and then that's the set done. Except a few minor details that we still need to do. Like the chimney, which looks really, really nice. Always has small spikes. I think that's a chimney. Anyway, now we're done. We gotta add it on with the jumper studs. And then let me just get this in. And we are done. We are finished. This is the final product and I really love this set. The minifigures are fantastic. It's nice to have the entire mystery gang and I love the ghost. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like in glow in the dark. And now I'm going to turn off the lights. Now. It looks so good. It obviously is a bit brighter like for the camera, but it looks really good in comparison. Anyways, I'm going to have to thank you. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.